Welcome back to the R&D podcast. My name is Dalton.
RJ.
Today we're going to be talking about the Alabama recap, the Wisconsin game, and a little bit of shades looking forward to the Georgia game. But first off, let's start with the Alabama game. RJ, what are you seeing from Alabama that looks like an improvement from the Florida State game?
Effort-wise, I'm not going to say too much about y'all's offense because y'all offense, you played against a pretty good Wisconsin defense. They're really a run-stop defense, and y'all did what y'all needed to do to hit their secondary, and y'all did good on that. Ty Simpson played wonderful. But defensive-wise, you played against a Wisconsin team that had been struggling on offensive line and quarterback all year, the past two games. Good effort on defense by Bray. He's been getting hail from the past games, and he's been doing a lot better. Effort-wise, Bama's been doing better on defense, but I'm still not going to judge. I'm not going to say y'all's defense is back yet. We'll see when that Georgia game comes because I still don't believe y'all can stop the tempo offense on defense.
Yeah, so looking at all around at the Alabama team just from the Wisconsin game, you saw better – or the last two games. You want to talk about ULM and Wisconsin. Alabama's defensive effort looks 10 times better, like you were saying. We haven't faced a worthy opponent, in quotations, right? We haven't faced a Georgia, or we haven't faced a Tennessee. Nobody of that caliber yet to really say, oh, man, Alabama's defense is the real deal. But they look 10 times better than what they did in Tallahassee, right?
Right.
The offense looks completely more polished. Ty Simpson looks a lot more comfortable in the pocket, stepping up, making throws, taking hits while making throws, and just making the correct decisions on time. Looks like it honestly just looks like the whole team is putting forth more effort. The receivers are running sharper routes. They're winning one-on-ones. But going, with this Wisconsin game behind, as Ty Simpson goes from 400 yards, 24 for 27, 4 touchdowns, or 3 touchdowns, one or the other. Great game. Not a whole lot you can complain about. Same thing with the ULM game. But going into this Georgia game, you're going to pose against a defense that didn't look great against Tennessee, but it's still a Georgia defense. It's still a Kirby Smart defense with a bye week.
Yeah, and also Tennessee's a lot better than what we thought they were going to be this year also.
Joey Aguilar and Tennessee look amazing. They give Georgia a good fight. They probably should have won the game. They weren't able to get it out, squeeze it out there in the end. But overall, they honestly controlled the game for a majority of it. Right. So going ahead to this, this Alabama-Georgia game, what you expect to see, I think Gunnar Stockton's going to use his legs a lot. Because even against Wisconsin, you saw the midline read, you saw the end arounds, and they worked against Bama. Maybe not as well as what they did with Florida State, but Wisconsin doesn't have the same athletes as what Florida State had running them. So Alabama's biggest issue is still stopping those. The gap schemes to be able to stop a end-around read from the quarterback to take it up the middle. Because you saw Danny O'Neal take that for, 10, 12 yards, and Gunnar Stockton's going to take that for, double that.
Yeah,
because he's a little bit better of an athlete.
Yes. Offensive-wise, going to SEC play for these next, 7-8 weeks, y'all need Bama really needs to get that run game going. Hopefully, with Jam Miller coming back, maybe from Bama game, Georgia game,
yeah,
he'll be back from that game.
Yeah,
maybe when he comes back for the Georgia game, maybe y'all's run game will be a lot better. But Bama needs to step up with the run game, or y'all will lose a lot of SEC games.
So this is the first time that you'll see what we think will be a fully healthy Alabama team in the regards of having Tim Keenan, in the regards of having our whole offensive line healthy, Jam Miller healthy. So what does Alabama look like on paper then whenever Jam Miller is back? Kevin Riley, who has stepped up and played great, and he looks like a super good bright spot on our team. But with Jam Miller back, you haven't seen him this year, and he looks, through the reports of fall camp, like he has improved a ton from last year whenever he was still a good back last year. So what can we see in Jam Miller to be able to go out here against this Georgia defense and play well? But Georgia's struggling against Tennessee. You saw him struggle against the pass. You saw Aguilar's 2 picks were kind of, whatever you want to call it. They were kind of lackluster. One of them was the receiver slip. So Aguilar played a great game. Georgia created turnovers still, and that's just the way the ball fell.
Well, like Kirby said, Tennessee did deserve to win that game.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And so Georgia still has to polish some things. But the thing that everybody was so confused about was, okay, you look at the prior 2 weeks, Georgia was like, man, these guys can't score. Their offense is non-existent, but their defense looks great. Then you go play Tennessee, and they completely flip the script. And now you have an offense that can win a shootout game and a defense that's getting numbers put up on them.
Yeah.
So you don't really know this identity of this Georgia team You don't really know the identity of any team yet, but especially Georgia, because what you thought they weren't against Tennessee. So
Right.
when you play Bama and Bama travels to you, what's this Georgia defense going to look like to be able to slow down Ty Simpson? What are they going to do? And then also on the flip side of that, is Georgia's offense going to continue to be as dominant as what they were against Tennessee when maybe on paper, as far as athlete wise, maybe not stat wise, but athlete wise, player wise, Bama may have the better defense talent wise, right?
Well,
So what do you think? What do you think Georgia's offense is going to look like whenever Bama goes and plays them?
well, Mike Bobo is going to want to run that ball. He will air it out, but he's going to want to beat you by the run. And I feel like Georgia's going to do that against Bama's defense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm telling you, Kirby is a great head coach, and he sees what Alabama's weakness is because me and you sitting here in these brown chairs can tell you that Alabama is not good against the end around. They're not good against the read option. They miss gap schemes. They overplay the ball too much,
in a hurry up offense,
especially in a tempo offense. So you're going to see the same old school Mike Bobo, RPO, short route, then he'll hit you deep every now and then. But Georgia wasn't explosive prior to the Tennessee game, and then they became explosive during that game. But against Bama, where I think what will differ is, Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart definitely see the fact that we can't stop read option. We can't stop a quarterback run to save our lives. And you have an athlete like Gunner Stockton in the backfield who's not afraid to put his head down and get those couple extra yards. Alabama's going to have to clean a lot of stuff up on defense to be able to get this win on the road against Georgia, because if you lose against Georgia, you have a tough schedule for the rest of the year. And the fact that you have to go play South Carolina, which we don't know what the North Sellers looks like just yet, but you still have to play Vandy. You still have to play Mizzou, who looks great.
Yeah.
You still have to play, you have a lot of these hard games left to play: LSU, Tennessee, Auburn. So if you lose against Georgia, you can't drop another game for the rest of the year if you want to make it the playoffs.
So, yeah, well, maybe these last two games got y'all's confidence up and ready to get at it now, but I don't think so. Especially with Bama's defensive coordinator, I don't believe in what's his name, Womack.
Kane.
Yeah, Kane Womack. I don't believe in him. I feel like he should be fired before Kellen DeBoer gets fired. But defensive wise, I don't think Bama has it to go in the SEC and just dominate. But offensive wise, I mean, y'all did pretty good. Y'all been doing good on offense. Ty Simpson's been having more confidence.
A lot of things have been cleaned up since the first game.
Just the run game needs to be
more prevalent.
Yes.
I think with the addition of Jam Miller back, that's going to be great. Kevin Riley's already a bright spot, like I've said. And Ty Simpson can always use his legs whenever he needs to get those extra 8, 9, 10 yards. But Alabama, we're not going to give our score predictions in this video today because we will have next week the score prediction, the matchup breakdown. Next week, whenever we have a little bit more on the injury report. But just looking forward, you saw Georgia win a proven game. They found a way to win. That's, like I've said, that's what college football is about.
Right.
It's finding a way to win whenever nobody thinks you're going to be able to. And so Alabama has not yet done that because you had adversity at Florida State and you couldn't overcome it. But Georgia has. You go to Neyland and you get dominated for majority of the game. Not dominated, but you get beat for majority of the game. And then you find a way to win at the end, even with some luck on your side. But it's football. It's football. Like, that's something that's going to happen. And if you use it, you win. That's great. If you don't, then that's a problem.
Right.
And Kirby Smart found a way to win. The Georgia team found a way to win. That Georgia defense made a stop in overtime, forced a field goal. Poor kicker for Tennessee. I feel bad for him because I know he's getting bashed, and that's the way college football is. The kicker, it's your sole job to make field goals, and whenever you don't, everybody thinks that they can make a field goal better than you can.
I don't know. I feel like Tennessee kind of messed them up for the game-winning field goal. Also, I mean, it still should have been made, but being backed up 5 more yards and couldn't get it to the middle of the field, kind of messed up everything. And then before the kick, also everyone looked nervous as hell. So
yeah, I think it's a big game, big crowd. Like everybody in America is watching because it is one of the largest. It is the largest game on that day.
Right.
So, but looking forward to seeing this Alabama-Georgia game at Sanford Stadium. I think it's going to be great. I think Alabama's going to play well. I think Georgia's going to play well, but I can't give score predictions right now. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, college game day will be there. That'll be fun to watch. But anything else you want to add on this, RJ?
No, sir.
Well, in that case, we'll catch you next week for more on the Alabama Georgia matchup. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And this has been the R&D podcast. My name's Dalton.
RJ.
We'll catch you next time.